Oh, I'm so excited. Shh, here she comes.
I stand before you today as a candidate for the Democratic nomination for the presidency of the United States of America.
Woo, woo, yeah!
I am not the candidate of Black America, although I am black and proud. I am not the candidate of the women's movement of this country, although I am a woman, and I'm equally proud of that.
Yeah!
I am not the candidate of any political bosses or fat cats or special interests. I am the candidate of the people of America, and my presence before you now symbolizes a new era in American political history.
Yes! Brava!
Join me in an effort to reshape our society and regain control of our destiny as we go down the Chisholm Trail for 1972.
Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Christina!
Huh? What?
I asked you what you thought about my new glasses.
Oh, sorry, Shakespeare. I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of daydreaming.
Daydreaming? About what?
I was just thinking about Shirley Chisholm, the first black woman ever to run for president of the United States.
Oh!
Yeah, her speech announcing her candidacy was incredible. I was just thinking how exciting it must have been to actually be there.
Oh, it was thrilling.
Shirley Chisholm?
The one and only.
Wow. Well, I guess we better start the episode. As always, I'm Christina from Shakesbears. We are Shakespeare and Puppets. And please welcome to today's People of Power episode, the trailblazing Shirley Chisholm.
Wow! Thank you for being here, Ms. Chisholm.
Well, thanks, Shakespeare, and thanks, Christina.
Shirley Chisholm ran one of the original grassroots presidential campaigns.
That's right, Christina. Unbossed and unbought, that was my slogan.
Fantastic! I love it. Now, how did you get into politics? Tell us about your childhood and how you got started.
Sure, Shakespeare. I was born on November 30th, 1924 in Brooklyn, New York.
Shout out New York!
Oh, yes. When I was very little, I went to live with my grandmother in Barbados for 7 years, but eventually I came back to New York and graduated from Brooklyn College in 1946.
And did you go into politics right away?
Well, I thought it was impossible as a black woman to really make a career in politics. So I earned my master's degree from Columbia University in 1951 and became an educator.
Ms. Chisholm worked as a preschool teacher and then as the director of a daycare from 1953 to 1959.
Oh, the little tykes.
Not only was Ms. Chisholm nurturing young minds, she was exercising her own political mind. She became active in several political organizations.
That's right, Christina. I joined the local chapters of the League of Women Voters, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP, and the Urban League. By 1960, I was also a consultant for the New York City Division of Daycare.
In 1964, Ms. Chisholm officially took political office, becoming the second African American in the New York State Legislature. Then, in 1968, she decided to run for U.S. Congress, representing her home neighborhood of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, in New York.
Yes, I did, Christina. I went out into the streets and campaigned directly to my people. I would drive around in a truck with a loudspeaker and start my speeches by introducing myself. This is Fighting Shirley Chisholm.
How cool!
It worked. When the votes were counted, she defeated her opponent nearly 2-1, making her
the first black woman ever elected to the United States Congress.
Woohoo!
But it was more than a victory. Fighting Shirley Chisholm lived up to her name during the 7 terms that she served in Congress.
Wow! Tell us about some of your accomplishments.
Well, overall, I introduced more than 50 pieces of legislation, which are like ideas for new laws. I was a founding member of both the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional Women's Caucus.
A caucus is a group within Congress that fights for particular interests.
Exactly. So these groups that I helped create gave voice to American women and Black Americans.
Cool!
Ms. Chisholm also fought for programs that would help children and families, like Head Start, school lunches, and food stamps.
Excellent!
Not only did Ms. Chisholm fight for policies of equality and opportunity, she lived those values. She hired an all-female staff at her Washington office, and many of them were women of color. And then...
And then I ran for president.
Yes!
Shirley Chisholm entered the race for the Democratic presidential nomination in 1972, making her the first Black person ever to run for President of the United States.
Yes, I did. I always knew it was a long shot, but it was more important to try.
Here's a quote from one of her campaign speeches.
I think that you have to recognize that because I am not white and because I'm not a male, that I am not going to get the blessing of the power structure in this country.
But that was kind of the point of her slogan, unbossed and unbought. She wasn't your regular old white dude politician. She wanted to represent those who were powerless, not those who were already rich and powerful.
Wow! So you must have won, right?
Oh, no, Shakespeare, I didn't win.
Oh no!
But I'm proud of the campaign that I ran. Winning was never really the point. I felt that the time had come when a Black person or a female person could and should be President of the United States of America, not only white males. And I decided somebody had to get it started.
Absolutely! You certainly did get it started. Since your time in office, we've had 2 election cycles deemed the Year of the Woman, in 1992 and 2018, with record-breaking numbers of women elected to the U.S. House and U.S. Senate.
That's great, Shakespeare. Thanks for telling me that.
And in 2008, we elected our first Black president, Barack Obama.
Really?
He served 2 presidential terms from 2009 to 2017. President Obama knew he was standing on the shoulders of people like you, Ms. Chisholm. And in 2015, he posthumously awarded you the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Oh, I'm honored.
Following her presidential campaign, Shirley Chisholm served 6 more terms in Congress.
Oh, yes. After that, I retired from politics.
Ms. Chisholm then taught at Mount Holyoke College, and she co-founded the National Political Congress of Black Women. She stayed politically active, giving speeches and making appearances throughout the rest of her life. She died in 2005 at the age of 80.
What a trailblazer! Not only did you fight tirelessly for people who needed an advocate, but you paved the way for so many amazing people that came after you. In fact, in just this past year, we had 6 women run for the Democratic presidential nomination.
Excellent! I'm so glad to hear it, Shakespeare. In the end, I want to be remembered as a catalyst for change in America.
You certainly will be, Miss Chisholm. Thank you so much for your work, your legacy, and for sharing your story.
You're welcome. Keep fighting for justice and serve your fellow humans. Remember, service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth.
Bye, Miss Chisholm.
Bye, Christina. Bye, Shakespeare.
Oh, bye, Miss Chisholm. I'm going to travel the Chisholm Trail!
To learn more about Shirley Chisholm, check out these books from your local bookstore or your local library. She Was the First: The Trailblazing Life of Shirley Chisholm, by Catherine Russell Brown, illustrated by Eric Velasquez. Shirley Chisholm is a Verb, written by Veronica Chambers, illustrated by Rochelle Baker. Young, Gifted, and Black, written by Jamia Wilson, illustrated by Andrea Pippins. For adults, check out Unbought and Unbossed by Shirley Chisholm herself. Special thanks to Regine Mont-Louis, who voiced Shirley Chisholm. To show support for Regine, please consider a donation to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. If you have an amazing person of color in mind that you'd like to hear more about, let us know. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram, or send us an email on our website, Shakesbears.com. Our videos are released weekly, so we'll see you then. Bye!